Well, how y'all are this afternoon? Well, actually, it's about 11 o'clock in the morning. It's your buddy George Jones over at the Bergen Gun Range with my next installment on, hey, I got this old used gun. The old used gun I got is, remember about 2 months ago when I reviewed the 916 Smith & Wesson? This is its predecessor. This is the Smith & Wesson 3000. Now, Smith & Wesson was in the business of selling the police shotgun, and they tried to sell the 916 as a sporting shotgun as well. Not much of a gun, didn't work out too good for them. Probably a pretty good business mistake for them to have even gotten into the Noble Sport shotgun marked Smith & Wesson operation at all. So, they come up with this. Now this gun is the Smith & Wesson Model 3000 12 gauge pump shotgun. And they also marketed this configuration as a sporting gun. The Smith & Wesson 3000. They had it in 20, and they had it in 12, and they had it in 28 and 30-inch barrels. Didn't have rim choke back in those days, you know, didn't have screw-in chokes back in those days, so it was a straight bore gun. And they had it in, I'm thinking they had it in 28-inch and rifle slug barrel combinations that you could buy. But this was actually a pretty good shotgun. This gun is manufactured in Japan by Howa, which is a high-end gun company, generally contract manufacturer in Japan. They're still in business, have been in business for quite some time. This has an interesting feature on it, and they came factory with this. This is a Speedfeed stock. It's a pretty interesting. Get a couple shells out here. The Speedfeed stock. Now I thought that Speedfeed was a pretty good innovation. As it turns out, it is kind of an innovation if you can get the damn thing loaded. Okay. Allows you to carry 4 rounds of ammunition on board. And they made the Speedfeed for this, and they made it for the Mossberg, and they made it for, you know, 870s and so forth. Most of the common guns of the time back in the 70s and 80s, they made the Speedfeed stock to fit. And I think the stock on the Smith & Wesson 3000 works as a stock on an 870 as well. Well, all right then, let's shoot it a little bit and see what it shoot-a-tates like. Let me get me some ear mufflers on here. Then you come out here and grab your shell out of the Speedfeed. Combat load 1. Grab you another shell out of the Speedfeed. Magazine load 1. Lefty here. There we go. So the Speedfeed is a pretty cool innovation. You know, you just don't see it anymore. Probably a good thing. The recoil pads that they put on Speedfeeds, it's about like an amble top. So it works just like an 870. I'll put my gun on safe, you see that? Not a bad old gun. Comb drop is a little low, which creates a little bit more felt recoil impulse. The recoil pad that they put on the Speedfeed at the factory is about like an anvil top. I'm going to take this home after a while and straighten some nails on it, you know, and maybe fit a horseshoe or two. Overall, it's just a shotgun. But for those of you that didn't know there is such a thing, there is such a thing. All right then, boys and girls, that's about the size of it for this installment on, hey, I got this old gun. Like to take Sheriff Pie, commentate and subscribe. Leave me no $1 in the Patreon bucket on the way out the door. And, you know, if you don't want to do that, well, doggone it, I'll just have to keep making videos. See ya.